thưa quý thầy, quý sư cô cùng toàn thể quý bạn đồng tham.
Nuns and all Zen practitioners.
Ngày thứ ba của
So today is our third day of our October retreat 2024.
thì cái dụng công
So in the retreat, we use our effort, the right effort in the practice.
dụng công giống như vậy, mình không
And
pháp mình cũng dụng công giống như vậy.
whether you know the Dharma
Mình cũng
or
dụng công
or not,
vậy, mà
you need to
giống như vậy.
fully use the right effort into the practice.
Chứ đề thời
And
đầu
how do we do that? Just
thời đầu
ask the question,
siêng năng chăm
ask
chỉ
the what
và
question
không phải đề ra
continuously,
gắng
diligently,
mà cứ
and just ask sincerely, just like
chưa có trời đất,
before heaven and earth came into existence. Before heaven and earth came to existence, what was I?
thì tổ sư có nói tham
So the
không nhất
patriarch
quyết,
told us that the practice is nothing secret, but is we just keep this mindset of resolving birth and death. So it's not about gaining any more knowledge. The more knowledge we gain, the more obstacle we're gonna get. So we're not gonna earn any more than just knowledge, worldly knowledge. And it also create this big ego. So, and we have been through many forms, many bodies, and our bones could be like the mountain, and we live so many lives, but we're still not able to get it. And we also not consider the birth and death. So we have been learned through the Buddha with his teaching in 49 years. And after at the end is nothing secret. And the practice is nothing secret. As long as we have the mindset of solving the birth and death. So the when we talking about this, how we gonna solve the birth and death, and we also know that we have to trust in our own mind. But however, our karmic energy is always lingering, and we also know that we continue to make mistake, continue to create karma, but we need to stay close with the Zen teachers, Zen friends, and stay within the meditation hall, so we can help us to continue with our practice. And if our practice continue like that, you will able to understand the true intention of the Buddha and the patriarchs. So at the end, you will recognize that the Buddha's intention and the patriarch's intention are the same, and the Buddha minds and sentient beings' minds are the same. So when we say that we want to practice, we cannot just say I want to practice, but without practice, then is no different than just we have a label on our false product. So we need to recognize that we still have that self-attachment so that we can let go of our attachment. And when we practice, we need to follow the directions. So when we say practice the Hua and if we don't consider the Hua, then we will consider other worldly things. And when we follow the worldly things, then we follow our own ignorance. So because of our deep attachment to worldly things, and we attach to them as ours, and that even when we in this path of learning the Dharma, we also somehow attach to that. So in order for us to relinquish the worldly falls, we need to practice. We cannot just use the worldly way to get rid of it. So if as a Hatha practitioner, if we don't follow correctly, then we will fall into the wrong path. And the Hatha practice is going to take us all the way to our original ignorance. So when we practice the Hatha, it helps us to return to the basics of ignorance, and also from there we're able to return to our self nature. So when we return, that is, the mind is also returned. With the practice, we're able to return. So if we direct our mind to the self nature, we by asking the question, doesn't matter how much obstacle on the path, that would not be matter, because we have a strong consideration for the birth and death. So the practice is not secret, nothing secret, but the practice itself, when we have a strong consideration solving the birth and death, that's the practice. So basically we always on the verge of duality, object and subject. So in the Avasamtaka Sutra, it said that the knowledge is the basics of ignorance, and we attach to that knowledge, and we're afraid to lose it. So that is one side of attachment, and the other side of attachment is attached to the nothingness. Either side is still on the verge of ignorance because we attach to the false truth, the false reality. So doesn't matter how obstacle is, we always consider the Huato. When we consider Huato, we gonna strengthen our energy of doubt. So from there, it's gonna help us to go beyond between good practice or bad practice, diligent practice or non-diligent practice, or remember the practice or not remember the practice. So that is when the mind is start to go beyond the duality of the two sides. So when you forget to practice, we just need to remember to start the question. So the patriarchs wants us that if we don't consider the Huato and we longing for the awakening, then eventually our false mind is gonna fool us. So the practice right now is maybe new to us. The question may be new to us. But the more you go into the practice, eventually it's gonna be familiar with our daily practice. So the path, of our life is life is about going into live the life, have a family, and then die, and then we work and we eat and we die, and we keep going into the circle like that for so long, so endless life until now. So the rich people also experience pain and suffering. So same thing as the poor people. So we all experience the same thing. Doesn't matter you are rich or poor. So people try to work so hard, and at the end of their life, they're gonna waste their time working to pay for the medication, and we create so many false action. So now it's a chance to return to the practice and experience the true teaching of the Buddha. So the practice is very basic, but because our mind creates more difficult. So those are the obstacles we need to overcome. So we need to aware that our life, nobody else know about our life than ourselves. So we all dream every night. So we all experience our own dream. So you are able to witness your own dream, and from there you're able to recognize what the Buddha and the patriarch have been sane all along. And our life is just like a dream. And we wake up, the dream is end. And when we die, and then the dream is end, but it's gonna go on to the next life. So when we sleep, we in our bed, our mind creates the dreams, and it creates its own world in the dreams. Create people and everything, the situation and everything in a dream, just like when you awake. So in the dreams, we have our own world. It manifests its own law. It creates a nation with the laws, the government. And when we in our dreams, we thought we got caught, arrested by the law enforcement, and we so freaked out, and we wake up and we have a nightmare. We realize that we have a nightmare. So in our dreams, we also experience when we maybe win a lottery ticket. And when we wake up, there's no such thing winning a lottery ticket. So in our dreams, we able to understand our awake moments. So when you close our eyes, we thought, that's dreams. But when we open our eyes, we don't think that's a dream. But actually, they're both the same. Open dreams and close eye dreams. So when we practice diligently, we able to see that we leave both of the house that we live in because of our self-attachment. It manifests all this. So when you open your eyes during the during our daily life, we able to see that all is about the dreamy world. So again, you need to continue to ask the question, like before heaven and earth came into existence, what was I? So as long as you continue with your motto, and that is when your doubts may able to rise. So if we if you not experience the reality in life through our dreams, we're gonna see that the difference between the two. So before our practice, we able to see that our emotion may be lingering on very long. But when we in this practice, it's basically it's relinquish itself. So that's the difference between practitioner and non-practitioners. So even when we have foes, we have enemies, we able to see this relinquish, and affliction also it may be able to let go as well by itself. So as a Dharma student, when we learn the sutra, without the practice, we thought, why we cannot understand all the material. But after the practice, you're able to see the where you understand in the sutra. So due to our not familiar with the practice, we may make a lot of fall mistake. And if we don't really truly believe in our mind, then we may have a wrong belief. So therefore, in order for the support of the Sangha, we need to come to practice and share your experience. So when we practice, you're able to see that the reciting the Huato or asking the Huato. So we need to clearly see that the Huato, when you ask in the Huato, but not repeating the Huato question as reciting. So the Huato question is just like a cane. It helps us to walk all the way to the end. So when we reach to the beginning of the Huato, so when you there, you know that the Huato question is basically is disappear itself. So when you reach to the end of the beginning of the Huato, that is when your Huato question is gonna let go. So the practice needs to ask every day, every moment, everywhere, whether you are at the dining hall or you on the Zen hall, you need to continue to ask the question. So the more you trust in yourself, the more you're gonna be able to perfect your practice. Mr. Hưng, please go ahead, ask your question. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha, dear Zen masters and all Zen practitioners. There is a phrase that you usually remind us. So this phrase is come from the Langnim Sutra or Langkavata Sutra. When you use the basic knowledge to create knowledge, that is the ignorance. So that's phrase from the sutra. So in this life, if we use the foundation of knowledge, so all the knowledge that we create from our mind in this dreamy world, So just like the words I'm saying right now, when it's released, when it's when it speaks out, everyone can hear, everyone can listen to the sound of my words. I also hear my own myself. So that when we listen to the sound as it is, and when someone wants to have the intention to listen to, but in their mind they already figured out what is it, what is about he's about to speak. Maybe it's already build this good and bad, the judgmental. So the person who listen to the sound or not listen to the sound, or there is sound or no sound, when someone asks, what do I listen to? What do I listen to? But when you answer that, that is still at the gate of ignorance, and it's cut off the true listening. Our listening been our true listening has been deteriorate, and we cannot listen to the true sound of everything. So that is my knowledge about this experience, happened to me when, the phrase that you usually say, the basic knowledge built on the knowledge, that is the gate of the ignorance. So all the knowledge built on other knowledge is the basic knowledge of ignorance. So when we attach to this, that is the self-ignorance. So basically, when you let go of the self-attachment, then so any moment that we attach to our speech or non-speech, or silence or non-silent, so that is the self-ignorance, because of our discursive minds. So that is the knowledge that the patriarchs keep explain, such like the moon and the finger. So if we attach to the finger, we cannot see the moon. So other sutra also saying that we shouldn't attach to the three times. If we attach to any mode of the time, then we lost the to the other modes. So people, they also declare when they get stuck like this and they declare that they are already awake or achieved awakening. So because of this attachment, we're gonna lose our attachment. So this is the koan between Bajun and Hui Hai, Zen Master. Oh, this is actually Machu and Bajun. They both walking together. And the Zen master asked him, "What did you say on the sky? In the sky?" He said, Bachun said that the birds flying by, and Machu asked him, "What do you see?" And Matsu asked him, "What do you see?" You see the birds, but the birds already flew away. And Matsu asked him again, "What do you say?" He said the bird, and then he basically asked he basically holding his nose, and he yelled out, Bachun yelled out. So this is a skillful teaching by the Zen master. Try to exhaust our thinking process. So the knowledge is basically of ignorance is the same. See and non-seen, hurt and no hurt. So Bachun usually say, if the cart is not moving, should one hit the water buffalo or the bull, or hit the cart? So this is create a lot of doubt, and the doubt should not have the solution or have the answer. So practitioner usually we need to understand this. So in the sutra say that knowledge non-abiding. So but it's not becoming rock and a piece of wood. So when people say they realize that they found the realization and all that, but in the meantime they still have all the negative emotions. So the practice is going to help us to go beyond the dealing with between the two modes, or the binary, or the duality in this life. So Prajna take us, so the teaching of the Buddha tried to say, to teach us to get rid of the knowledge, so that way we can discover our self nature. So the Huato is basically does the same thing. So the more you have the desire or want it, something, you're gonna get a lot more trouble. So I hope this answered your question. Thank you. So there's another question in the Zoom. So there's a friend that tried to practice this method, and he used one of the 5 questions. The question number 5, not the mind, not the Buddha, not a thing. What is it? And he doesn't understand this question. So if your friend doesn't understand, that's a good thing. So when we say not the mind, so we say it's not the mind, not the Buddha. So what is it? So this is question. So the more you practice, so when people they asking for enlightenment, they cannot receive it. So when someone try to really want to become a Buddha as soon as possible, so doesn't matter what we need to ask this question. So some skillful teachers maybe use a different way to teach his disciple. So when he say that ask the master, how can I become a Buddha? And the Zen master say, what is the mind? What is the Buddha? What is the it's not the mind, it's not the Buddha, it's not a thing. What is it? So maybe can help someone experience the breakthrough. So when you're able to practice and follow our Zen teachers and friends, they can support our practice all the time. So the more difficult question, the more better for your mind to ask. So what is not the mind, not the body, not the things, what is it? So as long as you have the mind to exhaust our awake, our ignorance. So if we have this mind for the practice in a very small fraction, and the worldly karmic always thicker. So the more you practice, the more you're gonna able to see this experience. So right now we end up our morning section. Thank you.